Barnhart, and I'm creating a video for Homeschool Academy parents and students to show you around the Homeschool Academy website with a focus on classes. So whether you have online or in-person classes, this information will be important for you. And I want to start us out right here on the home page. When you log in, you'll generally be right here on this home page. And let's begin by going to this toolbar here and clicking on class information and registration. I want to let you know that everything that I'm showing you on the site is accessible by your phone, but sometimes this format is a little bit different. And this particular toolbar here, when you're on your phone, is just black and it says main menu, and you see 3 bars, and when you click those 3 bars, then all of these categories would become available to you. The toolbar at the top, you should be able to see that one on your phone right away without an extra click. Okay, so here, since I clicked class information registration, if I scroll down, I can see the calendars, and I want you to encourage you to go in here and print these out so you have this information. So if you're going to Thursday classes, there's your schedule for meeting on Thursdays, and so that can be printed here. And let me go back. And this is the online class schedule, which meets on Tuesdays. So I'd print that out and keep that right with you at your desk or in a folder so that you have this, all these dates available to you. Now, when we go back up here, let's go into the profile. When you signed up for Homeschool Academy, a profile was created for you. And I want to let you know that the email you put in right here into the parent's email is the email that all the correspondence is going to. And so if you need to change that, this is where you do it. Also, before we go any further within the profile, whenever you make a change in here, you need to be sure that you scroll all the way to the bottom and click update. It's really important because otherwise anything that you've changed within these boxes will not be updated. So always be sure to go down and click that button at the end. I'm going to go back. All right, so this is where the parent's email goes. Then below that, I have a fictitious student here, but you can see that I've also given my fictitious student an email. So you do not have to have that in there, but if you need an email so that your student gets the correspondence from teachers and so forth, you'll want to put that right here. And again, make sure that you update the site. As we scroll down, there's another important section that you're going to want to check off. You be sure that you have checked off we are a family with a 7th through 12th grader so that you can get email correspondence from everything pertaining to Homeschool Academy for the secondary building. If that's not checked, you might be missing, well, if that's not checked, you will be missing emails. And then further on down, you can see that this says, which forum categories would you like to be notified about? Now, when you register for a class, your current classes should all be listed within this column, and it should be checked by default, but you'll want to make sure that each class that you're currently enrolled in is checked so that if the forum opens and the class starts communicating that way, you are in on those emails as well, or those threads that come out. And again, the very bottom is where you update that. Okay, so let's say you've logged in and it's your class day. And how do I get to my classes? Well, every class that we have at Homeschool Academy has a homepage within the site. And you get there by clicking classes here in the very top menu. And when you click that, classes, it brings you down where you can see this drop-down box, choose which view you need. Okay, so let's start out with a parent view. You'll notice that students also have their own view. The views are similar, except the parent can see all of the classes for their students, And a student narrows it down to just the classes that that student is enrolled in. And we'll go over to that before we end. So you can see instructors here. If you're not showing any classes, just click that and the classes will show up. And if you feel like I can't see all of them, this isn't all the classes we're registered for, expand right here and all of your classes should come up. See, one of my students is in a future class, and I think that's why it wasn't showing previously, because it's not until the second semester here. So anyway, these are old forums that were from classes, but if your class has a new forum open, you'll probably see the posts within there. And a couple important things here. When you scroll down to these widgets, okay, you can notice right away there's an assignment widget. The assignments listed here are not always all of the assignments, okay? The assignments drop off of this widget as the dates go by, and it doesn't necessarily mean that the student has completed the assignment, right? So let's go back to that in a minute, because I want to get you over here to the instructional media, because many of you are waiting to know about this. Your teachers will most likely be posting the Zoom class links through instructional media. And so this one's giving you a heads up. There's a Zoom class for this student in Art Through the Ages. By chance, if you are an Art Through the Ages student, don't panic. This is just set up for instruction right now, and nothing you see through Art Through the Ages is applicable for you right now that you see on this video. Okay, so if you are an Art Through the Ages student, don't worry about this. It's an example. Okay. However, so let me go back. If you see an instructional media link here, yes, it's live and you can access it. However, if the teacher posted an instructional media link without the scheduled date, it won't show up here, but you can still find it. And so my point of looking at this front page, this front dashboard is that there is more information for you within the classes when you go directly to the class homepage. Okay, we're only looking at the parents overview, and so now let's dig into an actual class. All right, I'm going to switch to the student, but the parent has the same access when they click on the class titles. So here I am as a student, and you'll go here and you'll find your name and click on your student view to get your classes. The student only has one class, but if you were to say, I have more than this class, remember, just click here and all of the classes that you're in will open up. So in order to get to the home page for the class, and it's important that you check this every week, you'll click the title of the class, and then you'll see that you're in the home page. Okay? First off, before we get to the lessons and the links, let's look at what the teacher has put here for the parents and students. Okay? They've listed a syllabus, and you can tell that there's a document. When I click on that, a new page is going to open, and it's information that I need if I'm in this class. Same here. The teacher has left a couple more things that you need to click on and look at. They're permanent resources that will be available to you all year, and it's information that your teacher wants you to know. Also on the home page, the class description is always there. So each Tuesday morning, say when you go in to do your lesson, you'll always see this class description, and the class description probably is not changing, so scroll on by, but stop when you get to announcements. Your teacher could be leaving you announcements here, maybe weekly. It's information that you could use, so always be sure to make sure there's not a new announcement for you here. And then down in this area, we get to where lessons can be posted and instructional media. Let's go into there because we were talking about finding the Zoom links. Okay, here you can see that the teacher has put a Zoom link from a past Zoom. And disregard the date, okay? Just pretend this is a past Zoom. And I can come over here and click this link and go in and watch that past Zoom that was already recorded, okay? Here I can also see that there's a new Zoom meeting coming up, and it's going to be a live Zoom. It hasn't happened yet. So when I click on there, according to the right date and time, I would be connected to the Zoom meeting for that day. So parents and students have the option to add that to a calendar within the device they're on. So if you use any of these, the Apple Calendar, the Google Calendar, or so forth, you can click right on there and you can get that scheduled. So you have a reminder that way, if that's helpful to you. It's possible that your teacher will send you a Zoom link in a different manner. So you'll want to communicate with your teacher on how exactly you'll get Zoom links. But for the most part, you should be able to find them under the Instructional Media tab for your class. Okay, so you can see that you can also see attendance here. If your teacher is choosing to take attendance within the website, when you click that, you'll see your attendance recorded. They may or may not use that. You can also see assessments, and if your if your teacher has chosen to use assessments, you'll see the assessments given there, and the most current assessment will show up, and you can toggle that little arrow. If there's past assessments, as the year goes on, all of the assessments will be recorded under there, and you can keep going back, and you'll be able to view your progress as you go throughout the year. Again, your teacher may not use assessments, but if they are, it's right here. And then the grade tab will allow you to see a current grade report. This one right here says the teacher for this particular class hasn't graded any assignments yet, so it's not showing up. But if they have done assignments that they have graded and they're using the grade report within the system, you'll be able to view that as they go on. Your teacher may not set up grading through the system. They may choose to use a different grade report, but you can find it if that's what they use. All right, now I want to go back to the assignment area because this is important for you to know. Again, let's just go back up. Remember, I went to the home page to find the assignment. Scroll on down. Click here if no assignments are showing, and the assignments will start to show up for you. Okay, so here you can see that the teacher has left a lesson or an assignment that they want you to look at. And again, each week I would encourage you to go in, particularly if you have online classes, and check here to see what they may have given you. So if I click this part, it opens up and gives me some information that the teacher has typed for me that they want me to know as a student. So I would want to make sure that I read through all of this and find out what exactly they want me to do. I can see that they've left me a resource. When I look at this and I see that it's a box with an arrow, that means when I click that link, it's going to take me off-site. And this one I know is a YouTube video, but whatever your teacher's resource has put in there, if it's a empty square, it's going to show you something that's on site. Maybe they've uploaded a picture or a blank quiz or something that they need you to fill out. And if it's a square with an arrow, it's going to take you off site. And this is actually a video that the teacher wants the student to watch. And then within every assignment, there's a place for you to upload homework if needed. And so again, communicate with your teacher on how you're turning in homework, how you're turning in labs, projects. If in fact they ask you to use the website, this is the area you go to. Let me close it for a moment. As the year progresses, there will be many assignments in here. They might say current, they could say future, they could say, I think they can say past, or they might just go down to just say where it says assignment. So you could end up getting a long list. So always click on this little box so you can see everything, and then choose the assignment you need to go to. So if there's a long list here, pick the one you're looking for and then go in under that one and upload your homework over here. So give your homework title a name. I'll say, project for, it was going to be for January 12th, so I'll put that in there so my teacher has that. And probably your teacher's not going to ask you to provide an outside link as homework, but there is a spot to do that. Usually it's going to be, you're going to choose a file within your computer, your device, your phone that you have to upload. Now, take care that when you're uploading a file to your teacher, especially if it's a photo of homework or an assignment, that it's a nice, brightly lit photo so that your teacher can read it appropriately. Sometimes your homework may just be a typed essay that you worked on within your computer, so that'll be a nice clean file that they can see. But if you had to take a photo of something, bring that, whatever it is, over to a nicely lit window and take a good clean photo, and make sure before you upload it that your teacher is going to be able to see that easily. And then you click Add Upload and it goes to your teacher. Now I wanted to show you here, this is where you can communicate with your teacher about a particular assignment. So if you click that little yellow Post-it note, let me see here. Let me go back. Not sure why I did that. It leaves you a place to leave a comment for your teacher. And so whatever you type in here, maybe I should type something to my teacher. The cursor wasn't there, so I had to click on to get that cursor, see? I enjoyed this lesson, but I have a question about number 10 in the homework. And you could go on to type what the question is. And then when you press save, it says that your teacher, your instructor, yourself, if you have an email listed as a student, and your parent will all get a copy of this comment. You press save, your teacher will get a copy, and then later if your teacher responds, you'll see a gray Post-it here. Could be gray or green. I think it's gray. You click on that and you'll be able to see their feedback to you, their answer, and also it will come to you in an email, okay? And you'll be able to see a thread if you guys start commenting back and forth. If you're going to send comments through here, just be sure that you're under the correct assignment, because like I said, as the year goes on, you may get a lot of lessons or labs or whatever your teacher is putting under here. So go to the one that you want to leave a comment about, so that when your teacher is looking at it, the comment corresponds to the right assignment. Okay? I think that's all I have for you about assignments. But again, I just want you to remember to check that each week, just like if you were going to class in person. Now if you're online, you'll want to check that each week and see what they've left you. Likewise, if you are meeting in person, there is still most likely valuable information about your class right here on your class homepage. I'm just going to go back. I'm going to go back to classes, and I'll just go back to the parent dashboard for a moment. One more thing I'd like you to know is that here you have access to all your classes that you've registered your students in. So if you click Manage Class Registrations, if they're not showing up under Current, they will soon, but click Future. And then you'll have a list of everything that your student is in. And over here you can print that schedule, and you can have that, easy access for you to see each one. And for now, for this video, I think that we've covered a lot, and so I'll end that here, and make sure that you ask if you have any questions about that, and I hope you have a great school year.